All right. Welcome back. Thank you very much for staying and keeping it here at KUTV Kenya Rise today. The show you're watching right now is Biashara Tuesday. If you are joining us here, make sure you're sending us your feedback. Unatuambia umewatch, usikuwa na watch tu ovyo. Unaambia una watch. SMS, WhatsApp number ziko hapo. There's also Facebook. The stream is ongoing. If you're going out from the house and you don't want to get distracted, you can just plug in your earphones and watch the show. You can stream it and do any other thing as well, but I'd love to see your feedback. Very important. It takes a whole team to do this show, and my team would love to hear your feedback, especially on the topic of the day, which I'm asking you guys, and I've been asking for the past 3 weeks. How do you cultivate healthy financial habits? The big question we're asking on social media: how do you cultivate healthy financial habits, whether it's for you or for your business? Yeah, I'd introduced my guests earlier, and now they are joining me here on set. We're getting into the conversation. Let them introduce themselves, and then we can get to it. From my right is the beautiful Miss Elizabeth. Asante sana and welcome to the show. You can introduce yourself to... What's our camera? That one. Yes.
My name is Elizabeth. I am a money coach. I am especially passionate about children, teenagers, young adults, to cultivate positive money habits, skills and attitudes from an early age for a lifetime of financial well-being.
Right. Yeah. From a very young age, people should be having financial habits. How young is a young age, you'll say?
Even from 3 years, I'm sure a 3-year-old is sent to the shop and they're told, please bring back the change. So really, financial conversations start from early in life.
Right.
But our programs start from 5 years of age.
All right.
Yes.
We have a financial engineer right next to you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
Introduce yourself and maybe a brief intro into what does a financial engineer do?
Okay, my name is Mugambi. I'm a financial engineer, a data scientist, mindset and mental health, a specialist, but basically for today we're here for finance.
Right.
So as Richard has asked, a financial engineer is basically someone who's create models, risk models, economic models, and actually policies on actually finance. The policies consist of the monetary and the fiscal policies.
Right. It's important also, you mentioned mental health. I know that finances also affect our mental health.
100%.
Kama huna pesa, uko na a lot of debt, your brain is not in a good place.
True, yeah.
So we can also I think maybe get into that in a little bit. But now, Miss Elizabeth, you say the financial coaching that you do, you start from the age of 5. From children from the age of 5. How do we instill now? We know that we know that we all need to have healthy financial habits, but what exactly should we do to ensure that we have them?
First of all, is starting early in life. Those conversations, conversations that are held early in life, they tend to stick for a lifetime. So us as parents and teachers, our guardians should help our children, by talking the positive money language right from an early age. And for us who are a bit advanced in years, it is never too late for us. We start cultivating positive money habits, interrogating our mindset. How do we approach money? What is our money personality? Self-awareness. Those are just some of the things that we need to continue doing consistently. Yeah.
From our young age.
From a young age is the best. But I don't know about you. For most of us.
So some of us, like myself, I got it I think extremely late. I was way past high school when I was getting information on financial habits, overspending, spending spontaneously, not saving, not investing, and it came to bite me in the tail. But I think it's important that we have it from a very young age.
Actually, most of us never got the money subject as we grew up. The money subject was just silent. Nobody said nothing about it, either because of the ignorance that was even within our parents, our guardians. Nobody said nothing. And I've always been saying, maybe, just maybe, that's why we have so many fights around money in our country, in our societies, because of that silence. We did not know how to interact with money. So if you're able to start it from another age, the next generation, the world of our children will be much better than our world.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, Mugambi.
Yes.
As a financial engineer, you spoke about creating models of financial models for managing your finances or for a business, especially for now the young entrepreneurs who are watching this show. How is it important that is it important that when they're starting a business, they have a model in place that will ensure that their finances are well taken care of?
Richard, the most unfortunate thing that most people do, that is the most young entrepreneurs, it's that they like most of them like copying other people's businesses. So not many people who actually sit back and actually ask themselves, what is this that is needed of me to start this business? So because Richard does his business is in ABCD ways, that is how Mugambi is going to do it. And that is why Mugambi business will actually fail.
So that copy-pasting issues.
So, and that is actually why, for example, for me, I do agribusiness. It is very easy to just come and copy how Mugambi does actually stuff. But remember, for me, first of all, I will ask myself fundamental questions. Why am I doing this? And in the next 5 years, the prospects that I want in the next 5 years, and actually that is why, for example, a business model, it is, and actually that is why that a business model is really required, so that actually before even you started, you know that 3 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, this is actually what I want. If, for example, something is knocking me down, how am I going to maneuver around it? What is how am I going to beat these shortcomings? Because they must be there, they will be there.
So you have to be ready for that.
You really have to.
And one of those ways that people are usually getting ready for future, some of those issues, road bumps ahead, is saving. And I'll throw this question back to Miss Elizabeth. Are we ever done saving? Is there a point you're like, now I think I've saved enough?
Savings first should be a continuous journey that should not stop. And many of us realize that we can start saving when things have, or when time has passed. But saving should be a continuous journey. And most of us, either because we are not aware, we have had situations where people don't actually save nothing. They live from one paycheck to another, or they feel I am earning very little money for me even to be able to save. It is not even able to, the money that I'm getting is not even enough to meet my expenses. And I always say that there's no much or little money. It's the habit that you create about savings. We always expose ourselves to 100% of our incomes, instead of just allowing yourself to use just 90% and have this 10 or 20% away from your savings, away from your earnings, and that way you build it up.
No, we are in an age where we have a lot of applications available. There's a way you can get instant cash on the phone as a loan. There is a way you can, overspend because all the money is available to your phone, and all of us are looking at these rectangular screens these days more often than not. Is it inspiring a culture of overspending? Is it affecting how people are managing personal finances from a personal perspective, from a look?
Actually, the preference or the availability of cheap loans, mobile apps, that helps you to get money very easily. It's one of the things that have put many people into challenges with money, with debt, because once you see it, you want it, you want to buy it. So you look at your rectangular screen and you can get cash very, very fast.
Right.
And there you are, without even considering what is the interest rate of this debt, or of this loan. You have already taken the loan, you have already bought an item that you are not even sure that you needed in the first place. So really the prevalence of the mobile gadgets works against more than four.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, because when a report that was released last week, Kenyans wanafuliza 1.3 billion Kenyan shillings per day, every single day. Where is this money going, guys? So we need to take care of some of those issues, because even as we get into that, some of these applications are tracking how you're spending. They're tracking how where you're getting your finances from. You have to report how you earn your money, and they also go an extra mile to inform your relatives or your friends on call that nani and nani has not ajalipa pesa yake, and stuff like that. But before we get on to all that, now as a business, Mugambi, if someone is trying to pay off their debt, should they start by paying off their debt, or should they take care of their other issues first? I was having here a student leader who was saying that the first thing that you should do when you get your money is pay yourself, even if you have debt. Is that a correct perspective? Is that a good way to approach it?
Okay, first of all, before even I get to answer what you're saying, there's actually a question you asked Elizabeth on savings. For me, I say $1 spent today is less $1 later. So if, for example, today I spend an extra dollar today, 100 bob today, it means that tomorrow I'll be $1 down. So that is why, for example, for me, saving is a very good thing. And you have asked on actually the debt. Debts are not bad things. It is how we take these debts. For example, from a financial engineering perspective, the mobile loans. For me, when you ask me, because they are people who have actually used mobile loans to actually pitch their businesses.
Yeah, understand.
You get and actually do quite much about them. So it is now the mindset that we have. Why am I taking this loan? Am I taking it kupiga sherehe? Am I taking it to take my girlfriend out? Am I taking it to buy shoes? And that is why for me, I say, like, this is my principle. Ufai kufuliza pesa ya sherehe, ufai kufuliza pesa ya kununua nguo, because that is actually a want, that is not a need. You get?
Right.
So like,
it's the mindset
it is
where
actually
you're going
the
to spend
mindset.
this debt on.
Yes.
Right. Now, Miss Elizabeth,
Yes.
as he speaks of mindset in how you're going to spend your debt, is that true, first of all? Is that your take as well?
Actually, when he talks about the mindset, our money personalities or our money habits depends with our socializations. How are we brought up? So our financial blueprint is deep in us, and unless we are aware of how we approach money, how our personality around money is, it becomes very, very difficult. There is that person who has got, for example, this spender personality or this holder personality or whatever it is. That mindset. It plays a very huge role in our money habits, in our money attitudes, in our money skills,
Right.
in the area of debt. So I confirm what he's saying, the issue of mindset.
So now, what is the most appropriate way to pay off debt then? How do you approach paying debt? Now I have debt out there, I've received my paycheck, what should I do now? Should I pay all my debt first, or should I take care of my other issues?
First of all, to answer your question, paying all your debt is, first of all, I will say it's impossible, because one debt leads to another. So it is a chain. It is a chain of debts. But in finance, there's a thing called debt amortization. So debt amortization, it's whereby, for example, you now plan your cash flows. Let's say, for example, this month I owe you 5,000, and let's say this business X is giving me 3,000, and business Y is giving me 4,000. So I will now try to channel this money that I'm actually getting. These businesses will now be servicing these loans. You get?
Right.
And remember, these businesses must be sustained. So hakuna venye biashara itanipatia 5,000 and then I just bring you 5,000. Not at all. It haiwezi work hivyo. But now you can actually put now some limits. Like maybe today I pay you 200. You get, I pay you 1,000,
Right.
5,000. You get hivo.
So
That is
also
now
the
debt
expenditure for
amortization.
debt should be well taken care of, not just
Well taken of.
just spending out there.
Because Richard, let me ask you. Let's say, for example, for me, I sell eggs, and then I owe you 100 Gs. Today, this month I sell, let's say, for example, 70,000, and then nikuja nikulete the 70,000
yote.
Next month kuku bado zitahitaji kukula, nitahitaji kulipa watu.
Right.
What is now what is going to happen? So now you must now amortize your debts. Like this business, let this business fund this debt. Without that, haiwezi make.
You've mentioned business and that planning of how you're going to spend your money into the future, even after you are experiencing debt. And Miss Elizabeth, if you're in a household,
Yes.
and there are other people who are gonna need zao, you're the head of a household, or you're the the one taking care of the household as well, or people depend on you in one way or another. Is there a way to manage your finances? Because people come with their own reasons. Kesho mtu atamka aseme nahitaji unisaidie na this and this. Now venye wewe ulikuwa umejibudget, you knew that this money will not be touched, but then suddenly there's someone in the household who needs money. Is there a way to manage finances in the household in a very nice way that cannot affect your personal way in cultivating financial habits?
When you say that, I look at, there's a rule of money called a rule of personal finances called the 50-30-20 rule. If we are able to adopt that one, that means 50% of your income goes to your essentials, your needs. There's that 30% that goes to your wants. There's that 20% that goes to savings and the payment of debt. So long as you are able to live within, you know that my 30% goes to my wants.
So that's
so
where
that
there's entertainment and all those other things.
Fit it in the 30%. Let the 50% go to your food, your clothing, your shelter, payment of rent, and you stick to that. If at all you are, for example, your rent or your essentials are beyond the 50% of your income, it is good to know that you are living beyond your means. It's good to know to adjust your lifestyle so that you're able to fit within the 50%. The 30%, you don't have to limit yourself. You can entertain yourself once in a while. You can entertain your friends. Those other things, those other ones that are not must-haves, they should fit within the 30%. And whatever amount of money that somebody earns, they should be able to have the 20% going either to savings or to investments.
Right.
And that way you're able to manage your finances well, you're able to grow in the area of money.
Richard, to actually add on what Elizabeth is saying, sorry. You know, for example, now this is not to a guy. You know, as a guy, you must be a leader. That is inevitable. You must lead these people. You know, for example, at home, dad is there, fortunately. So, for example, dad, this is what he wants. If, for example, you need a pair of shoes next month, he mwezi kuja umwambie, you know what, dad, next month I'll need these and these and these. That is actually what should happen. So, for example, for you know, it is very easy. Maybe someone says, I want ABCD, but now cultivate this mindset to these people. Tell them, you know what, he pesa iko yes, but si akufanya hizi vitu. You get? Because now the problem, okay.
So it's a conversation that should be held with.
It is actually a conversation. Si eti mtu akiona 10,000 hapo anafikiria viatu, anafikiria nguo. You
know, there's those situations where someone in the household anataka something, and then you're like, how can you say you don't have 5,000 for me and you are fueling your car this morning?
That is actually what should happen. Like, you know, hii pesa iko yes, si kitu. You must lead these people, right. Otherwise Richard will perish.
And actually, to add to what the financial engineer is talking about, many times we are not able to differentiate between needs and wants. When we want something, when we want that pair of shoes, is it a need or is it a want? And you'll find that most of the biggest chunks of our money, of our spending goes to wants. Yeah, unawares. Had you been aware that whether this is a need before you buy something, ask yourself, is this a need or a want? Or even in a household, being able to differentiate between a need and a want, you know, helps you know that. Or be able to prioritize your spending.
That's true. And then, you know, now there is that conversation on investment and saving, and a lot of people asking, when I get my first, you know, bunch of money, and this is for the guys who get employed for the first time and are receiving their paycheck, and, you know, they have issues to take care of, rent, nini, and then they have to think between, should I invest, should I save, or should I do both? How would you take that, Mugambi?
You know, the problem, Richard, with most people, okay, go to even most people who save. Ask them, why are you saving? How to kupatia a fundamental reason as to why they're saving. So first of all, before even you start saving, ask yourself, what am I saving for? Because Robert Kiyosaki says, actually Robert Kiyosaki is totally against saving because he asks, why should I save when the government is printing more? Inflation rate is continuing to go high. You know, for example, right now, if you save 1 million today, 30 years from today, it will not be it will not be 1 million. It will be less than 1 million.
Because of inflation rates.
Because of inflation rate. But remember, there's something that is called equity. Equity is the amount of money that you need to start a business. So for example, when I'm employed today, you get maybe I want, okay, before even taking a loan, kuna ile pesa lazima nikuwe nayo first of all. You get? So save that money. Save for a reason. Do not actually save blindly, because ukisave blindly, itafika point and then uko like, ntasave tena, iko tu hapo. That is not the problem with most people.
You should have a structure and a reason that you're saving
for. Save for a reason and for a purpose.
I see. Then there's people as well who, you know, usually budget for the money. There's that question on, you know, usipangie pesa hauna bado. So should you have a structure before you get money, or should you get the money and then have a structure? Miss Elizabeth, maybe we can get it from you.
Good. And just to add on what he said, that have a plan for your saving. We always say in personal finance, we say always have a money goal. When you're working towards a certain goal, it is easier for you to save because you have got an objective. But then when you say that you wait for you to have the money for you to have the structure, you can be sure that structure you can always forget about
100%.
it. You know, 100%. So have the structure. Be sure what is it that I want. How much will it cost? How long will it take for me to save for that, or to keep aside some money for me to be able to meet that goal? Could it be owning a home, or you are arranging for your dream wedding, or even you want to buy a phone? How much will something like that cost me? How much will I save for it? For how long? When can I have it? Yeah, so that we stop having this idea of here and now.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. Now, how early should someone save for retirement? It's a very big question that wale watu wako employed regularly, like myself, ask themselves on a regular. How early is there an age where I start saving, and what am I saving for? When people say they're saving for retirement, what exactly are they saving for?
First of all, you can actually look at that from way different perspectives. First of all, someone will ask you, why save for investment? Or why save for retirement and not invest for retirement?
Oh, and not invest for retirement.
Let me tell you, Richard, from actually this point of view. Let's say, for example, I save 5 Gs for my retirement. Take for instance, I started buying shares. Every month I buy 5. Just buy a 5k shares. Before I come to retire, I'll be owning, I think, a quarter of that of that company. You get. So for me, why should you save millions of money to go retire?
Is that would you think that's a correct perspective?
Okay, it's quite interesting. When you save for retirement, like you're keeping money aside for the time that you retire. And even before we go there, like when you tell a young person, talk to them about retirement, they're like, retirement?
Sometimes they argue like, I don't know whether I'll be there.
And actually they find that those are so many years for me to start saving for retirement. But the rule of thumb is, we may not say that you'll start saving at 20 or at 21, especially in the current economy where there's charges, and maybe you get your job at 18 when I get mine at 22. So the earliest you start earning, that is the first time that you should start saving or investing for retirement. Because when you talk about just saving for your retirement, the rate of inflation that will be there between the time you start saving and the time that you retire, the inflation may be higher. The rate of inflation may be higher than the rate of growth of your savings.
Right.
Therefore, but when you invest, you grow your money over time.
Right.
So the best time or to start saving for your retirement is when you start earning. Immediately you start earning, it doesn't matter how old you are, you should start investing for retirement.
Right.
Okay. And actually, to add on what Elizabeth said, she has actually brought up a very, very good point. The problem, remember the short-term goals and their long-term goals. Retirement should be a long-term goal. You get, for example, if you're employed at 25, at 20, you can around 40 years to work. You get, so that is now a long-term goal. And for example, for me, there's a friend who was telling me the reason why I buy these small assets is when sasa I retire, when sasa uzai imekuja, if for example I don't have money, I sell.
Sell one of your assets.
Nauza eka moja and I continue living a good life. Unauza ingine, you get. Because for example, right now, people, remember there's something that is actually called the emergency fund. Let's say for example, we're saving for retirement. Someone gets COVID-19. Hautasema sasa the millions of money zenye ziko hapo zingoja hadi ni
retirement tupambane na hali nyingine.
Right. You get. So lazima actually uangalie hizi vitu from quite different perspectives.
There's a lot of perspective as well I've heard from you and from Miss Elizabeth here. Now, let's get to the work that you do personally, away from this conversation on finances, and then we can get back to the question of the day. Mugambi, as a financial engineer, bado nauliza hapo kwa masikio, what kind of models what kind of models do you build and how does your work look like?
So for me, I'm currently at AFC. AFC is Agriculture Finance Corporation in the risk department. So for example, what actually we do there when you come first of all to apply a loan, you want to maybe to do a business, you want to fuga kuku, you want to do pig farming and all that. The first question a risk manager will ask, can Richard pay the money?
Right.
If Richard can't pay the money, we can't give you money, because if someone cannot pay, if maybe you are in CRB,
the risk is too high.
who is going to give you their money?
True.
Hakuna. So for us, like, we create risk models. We create like the bonds. You get like, okay, for example, the bonds that you hear government issuing out, those are financial engineers who create the bonds.
Right.
So for example, financial engineers actually can work in any economic sector, from the finance to the accounts to the risk. Okay, but now for me, I'm now in the risk department at the AFC,
to ensure that mnaangalia risks za watu.
Yeah,
And the government removed, now that we are there. Let me ask you a question out of the blues that I didn't think I would ask. So President Uhuru Kenyatta during Mashujaa Day celebrations this year removed the requirement for people ambao wako na under 5 million bob since October 1st going forward for 1 year wasiweke, so that they don't be listed on CRB. And apparently this is going to create a situation where the banks are going to squeeze how much money they're giving out to people. Did this model work?
First of all,
this model the government is
let me tell you, if you're a smart person, you'll understand what politics is.
Right. I'm
You'll understand what politics is.
I am getting the
politics.
angle.
What actually politics is, we tell people, politicians tell you what you want to hear. Right now, you want to hear, you'll not be listed in the CRB.
We're like, yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, good stuff. But ask yourself, will I be given money? There's no bank that is good. That is not going to give you money. You get. For example, right now, when you come, for example, to us, first of all, we'll actually spool your report. Are you listed in the CRB? You get, but now I really don't want to go there because my boss may be watching. But actually, like, now the thing is, like, okay, first of all, when you ask me from now a financial management point of view,
right? That's why that
is actually a vague thing, and I'm telling you this. If actually that is adopted, because okay, let me ask you, Richard, if you can't pay 10,000, why are you asking for 100,000 from me?
Right. If you can't pay 10, you can't pay 100.
You can't pay, basically, and actually, and I tell my friends, okay, you have a right, yes, but remember, you should be held responsible and accountable. Na kitu yenye sisi youth hatutaki ni kuwa held responsible and accountable. You get. True. You ulichukua pesa ya mtu, so you don't want to pay, and now you want another loan.
And you don't want people to say you have a loan. What for?
To do what?
Right. Miss Elizabeth, you are a coach. I'm seeing here a couple of books. My personal money diary there. I was seeing the Money Club workbook for... Can I show the books? Yeah. Let's get some of these ones. Yeah. My camera person. Okay. You can see the books, yeah. This one is a Money Club workbook, Money Life Skills workbook for teenagers.
It's for teenagers, yes.
Wow, you have for teenagers as well. My personal money diary there. So here, so this is an interesting one. I just flipped the pages and
the diary one.
I thought it's something I'm going to read, but I'm seeing something that looks like a receipt. There is my daily money spending. Looks like, let me just show it on the screen, yeah? I don't know whether it's a blank white page. So on top there, for example, this page, it already has a Bible quote pia, ambayo inakusaidia do good. For example, this quote, Luke 6:35, do good, lend and expect nothing in return, and your reward will be great. Okay, my producer, I expect something though. My daily money spending plan is there. Incomes, total incomes, expenses, money out. There's another page as well. Every single day, your daily money spending. There's another one, generating my unique business idea. There's Money Club workbook, Money Life Skills workbook for children, right? So if you have a child out there na wanaweza pocket money 100 bob unampatia anaenda natupa. So this is anaenda unamtuma kwa duka arudishi change. They should read this book, Money Club workbook. And there's also here generating my unique business idea, entrepreneurship development workbook. This is for those guys who are doing businesses and trying to manage their business ideas as well. These books, you have written all of them. Junana hapa chini, Elizabeth Waithaka, all of these books. How is it important that people read these books, and what will they find in there? And maybe a little bit information on this one. I'll have you hold it so that you can talk to us about them.
Okay.
Right.
My personal money diary is a tool that I developed. There's many apps that helps you track your spending. But there's that person or that the use of the hard copy to track your spending. You know, most of us receive money with one hand, spend it with the other hand, and what happens here in the middle, nobody can tell. You know, and if you're able to spend to track your spending for like 3 months, you're able to tell where exactly does the biggest chunk of my money go to. What is that I always spend my money on? And that is the basis for creating my personal money diary. For you just to, this is a 3 months guide. Look at how you spend your money for 3 months. Do you even save month after month? And how much do you save? Sometimes we are not even aware. So this personal money diary is to help you when you pay transport in the morning, please write how much you paid. When you buy lunch or you take some snack on your way home or when you're at work, write it down. The end of the day or the end of the month, you'll be able to tell that I spent so much money. Maybe eating out, and you can take measures to help you improve that. You can even decide to carry some snack from home.
People avoid to do this because I think they are afraid to know that they are not spending well. Mtu hataki kuandika ndo aone that I'm not spending well, so they just avoid it totally. So they should get it. How much does that go for?
This goes for 300 shillings a copy.
Right.
It's a 3 months guide. Yes,
that's good. So make sure you get it, and then you can now tell us about the rest of these ones as we try and wind up as well.
Thank you. This is for children. It's to help. It is actually an interactive. You know, money is nothing. Nobody will really teach you about money. It's a journey that you walk. So, and I said, the earlier you start, the better. And it's a workbook. You know, to help children start cultivating those positive money habits. How do we waste money? Do we ever save? How do we save? Where do we save? For example, you know, it covers those topics. It is for the primary level.
I'm saying it has michoro ndani as well. Very nice for kids.
Yeah, it's to make it interactive. The money subject, because it can be difficult. So for children, we must make it interactive so that they start interacting with this subject from early in life.
Right.
So this is the primary level. This is for teenagers, those who have maybe interacted with money, class 8 and above, 13 years and above. Maybe they have access to pocket money. And how do they use that pocket money? Do they even know that a budget exists? Or do you want to wait for them to start working for them to start telling them about budget?
In high school, I used to spend my pocket money the first 2 days and then cry for the rest of the semester.
I know.
Right.
So this is for
this
teenagers. It's also quite interactive.
Right.
Because we cannot say, as much as we are saying the best time to start teaching children about money is early in life. But then there is always a starting point. So for the teenagers, this will help them even know that.
How much are these ones for?
This for teenagers goes for 1,000 a copy. Even this one for children
right,
is 1,000 shillings per copy.
And then now for the business people, the ones who are watching, young entrepreneurs.
Actually, I see, especially on social media, people asking, what kind of business can I do? You know, because we are teaching people, like, this was born out of need. I'm telling people how to manage their finances. But then they're asking, where is this money? Sometimes we don't have jobs. We are not employed. We want to do some side hustles or some businesses and we don't know what to do. So this is a tool to help you generate your unique business idea.
Right.
You can be sure that we are not able to do the same businesses, me and you, because our personalities are different, our giftings. So this one helps you and explore what is your purpose. Are you able to do business around your purpose? What is your talent? You know, what is your training? What is your education? What business can you do out of that? And it helps people, especially people to stop saying that they are not economically engaged. You can do business even from very little capital.
So all of that is in here.
Yeah.
How much is it for?
This also goes for 1,000 shillings.
All your books are affordable. 1,000 bob. You guys.
Yeah, it's 1,000 bob. Helps you generate a unique business idea.
Right. Now, as we try and wind up, that is interesting. Guys, reach out to us to make sure that you get these books. One of these copies You get yourself 1,000 bob, 1,000 bob. Na ile, especially the one on spending. I think I love that one. 300 bob. For 3 months, utakuwa na record daily how you spend. Now, as we try and wind up as well, let's take a look at the question of the day so you guys can engage me and tell me how you've personally cultivated financial habits apart from, how you're advising people to do it. And for the guys who are at home, here's the question of the day. I am engaging you across social media platforms at KUTV Kenya, at Richard_Kenya. Tag me up, #Biashara Tuesday. How do you cultivate healthy financial habits? As you can see on screen, that is the question. We can start from Mugambi to wind up. You tell us, how did you cultivate personal healthy financial habits, and how is it working so far?
First of all, Richard, you must be a good reader. The problem with us young people is we think we know it all. And the more we don't read, we don't listen, and actually we don't seek advice. It's actually very easy to start a business and fail. And it is very hard to start a business and actually succeed. But there are people, there are quite a number of people out there who have done these businesses. So they know the ups and the downs. So for example, for me personally, I read a lot, and then I purpose and then I save on purpose.
What are some of the books you read?
The 5 a.m. Club, Rich Dad Poor Dad, The Man from Babylon, The Rich Man from Babylon, and
so these are books that tweak your mindset.
Yeah, because remember when you're reading a book from someone, if maybe I read a book from Elizabeth, written by Elizabeth, I'm actually engaging with Elizabeth. So I'm now getting to understand.
You're getting those insights.
Yeah, now how Elizabeth reasons, like what are her motives beside all this. Right. So reading a lot and then saving on purpose, and then the last thing, it is for me, it is actually having emergency funds. So how I do my emergency fund is actually like this. When I'm from work, nikenda home, I have coins. So what I do, I don't use the coins the next day. I just put them somewhere.
Right.
So ukikuja kuhesabu zile coins, even like now, at the end of the month, you have even you have more than even 4,000 coins.
True.
So that is actually for me how that works.
Right, Miss Elizabeth. Before you wrote all these books, of course you had your own journey of cultivating a financial healthy habit, and then you realized that there are people who don't have it, and you tried to help them. How did you do it, and how are you doing it currently?
First of all, I would say that my area is finance, and it's a calling. And one time during the crisis, we read a topic called behavioral finance, and that brought self-awareness to me. I was able to interrogate, how do I approach, what is my money personality? And you can be sure it was a journey, because there's somebody who is reading me, like I have a spouse. Being able to adjust our money habits, and they have a different money personality from myself. The first thing is just to adjust our money habits, that we are able to walk this journey together. First of all, we went to the money market. For example, with 5,000 shillings, we went to the money market, and because of that, we were called for many seminars and things that were speaking about money, and from that, now the information keeps growing, and I knew that there's no big starting point. You just start small and grow, and from that I had a lot of knowledge, a lot of information, and I was trying to translate it into meaningful results. And it's not only for me. I realized this information is not only for me, it is for others, and that's how the books were born.
Right.
And it has always been a journey for me. I was brought up like everybody else with zero information about money, but I've taken a deliberate effort to grow in that area. In the money
an expert in
management.
Where can people get this so that they can make sure that they reach out after the show for those who want to buy them?
They can buy online through our website. I don't know if I can give our...
Yeah. Shine away.
So you can find the books online, including the money diary. And once you buy, it can be delivered to you. Our website is www.atikafrica.com. Atik is ATTIQUE. atikafrica.com. You can go to the shop and you'll be able to buy a copy of the book that you select. There are several of them there. Yes.
Right. Make sure that you check it out and get yourself some of these books. Your last words, guys. I feel like I owe you guys a last remark before I go to the next part of this show.
So for me to start, your life is your making, and how you choose to work with your money. It's how you want it to work. But ask yourself, am I improving, or actually am I stagnant, or even worse, am I not okay? Am I going back? So these are not the fundamental questions that actually you really need to ask yourself. So remember, your life is your making, and your finances are your making.
Social media handles where they can get some of your wisdom from.
Oh yeah, for me, I am so much on Twitter. I actually host Twitter Spaces.
Yeah.
On personal finance and politics and leadership. So I host Twitter Spaces on every Tuesday from 7:30 to 9, and political spaces and leadership spaces from 7:30 to 9 p.m.
So tonight we have a space.
Yeah, you have a space.
Nice. Make sure you check it out. The handle?
HG Mugambi.
HG Mugambi. Leo usiku tupatane pale kwa Twitter Spaces so that you can check it out. Utaangalia handle yangu hapo at Richard_Kenya. I'll be also on that space. Nisikize in on some of that wisdom. Are you on social media? This is Elizabeth.
Yes, I am on social media. I am on Twitter. I am on Facebook as Elizabeth Waithaka. I'm on YouTube. There are several videos, and my YouTube channel is called Atik Money Life Skills Academy. Twitter is at Atik Africa. I'm on Instagram. Instagram is my personal money coach, and Facebook is Elizabeth Waithaka.
So Elizabeth Waithaka on Facebook, my personal money coach on Instagram, Atik Africa on Twitter, and then on YouTube.
YouTube is Atik Money Life Skills Academy.
Right.
Yes.
And the website also Atik Africa. You can get yourself these books, guys, and also ask questions to HG Mugambi on Twitter. Come on, any other questions? Sadly, that's all we can do right now because of what we have ahead of us in the show. I'll still leave you with the question. I'm going to Facebook to see what you guys are saying, and also on across social media platforms at Richard_Kenya. There goes the question again. How do you cultivate healthy financial habits? How do you cultivate healthy financial habits for yourself or for your business? Nipatie your feedback. Alafu nitaisoma also on SMS/WhatsApp numbers